The old man's hat was suddenly blown away by the wind. When he bent down to pick it up, he was suddenly transported decades into the past, where he saw his younger self. At that time, he was on a date. Even though he was late, his girlfriend wasn't angry. Instead, she smiled and gently placed a hat on his head. Later, the man stopped hesitating. He took out a ring and slipped it onto the girl's finger. Their days were simple yet warm, and they finally became a family. But then, an unexpected turn came. The man was drafted to the front lines. On the day of their farewell, they embraced at the station. When the train doors closed, his wife was already pregnant. She came to the station every day to wait for him. But even after the child was born and grew up, the man still hadn't returned. Just when the woman was in despair, a familiar bus finally pulled in. The man rushed toward her, turning his longing into a tight embrace, and for the first time, the boy met his father. Excitedly, he placed the hat back on his father's head. The family was finally reunited, but the happiness didn't last long. 5 years later, his wife suddenly fell gravely ill. One day, they returned to the station again, waiting for the bus that symbolized death. This time, the wife boarded alone. The man could only stand there, watching the bus disappear into the distance. Then, the man and the old figure merged into one. He suddenly awoke and returned to reality. But soon after, the old man sensed something was wrong. The watch in his hand had stopped, and the hat remained suspended above his head. He froze in place and slowly removed the hat. Only then did he realize that he had already left this world. At that moment, a familiar engine sound echoed in the distance. A bus slowly approached. The doors opened. Standing at the entrance was his gentle wife. The old man smiled, stepped forward quickly, and just like decades ago, held her softly in his arms.